Hey guys, it's been a busy morning. I went to go pick up another hutch. I've hired a helper for the day. He's getting paid by the hour to help me wash all of the new jars and lids and rings. And I'm going to organize everything into a grab and go kind of situation. I have some vacuum sealing to do today with these dry foods, because there's a lot of packaging here that I don't want. I don't want all of these packages. I would rather put several into one jar and vacuum seal it, because we have a bug problem here. We live further out in the country. There's not a lot of concrete jungle out here, so we get moths and we can get worm infestations and all of that stuff. And if you ask me, I kind of don't care. Unless it's like a super heavy kind of infestation, like it is what it is. But to prevent that and not have to think about it so much, I'm going to be vacuum sealing these into big jars, which I was super happy to find, because I have been on the hunt for months for the big jars and I have not found any. And when I went to the store yesterday, I swear it's like the canning gods were just smiling upon me, because the entire shelf, like space where all of the canning stuff was literally stocked to the front. I think they had just stocked it and no one had touched it, because everything was up in the front and it was like the perfect display. I should have taken a picture of it, but I didn't. Anyway, because I was like so excited. So I finally found large jars. There was a box that had a broken one in there. I had already paid for it. So I went back in, asked them if they could just kind of reduce it for the cost of that one jar. They did that. So I was able to save a few bucks. And that's what we're doing today. So we have all large jars going on here. Then we have some pints and some quarts happening. He's washing a bunch of quarts. And then I have jelly jars and the smaller jars downstairs that need to get washed as well. So that's what we're working on. I'm paying him by the hour to get done as much as he can, with the expectation of working fast and efficient. Okay, we're not gonna let the hour just kind of creep by not doing much. But he's doing good so far, because check all this out. That's pretty awesome. So we can get this done and I can get started on that. Okay, I'll check back in with you guys in a bit. Alrighty guys, so today was an extremely long day of washing and cleaning all of the things for the canning station. Okay, so I know I am all oily and everything, but it doesn't matter. I've been working all day long on getting the station going and it's coming along very well. Today, me and Aiden actually washed and dried 589 pieces. That is 219 bottles, 370 rings and lids. And I know it sounds like a lot. It's crazy how much that sounds like, 589 pieces, but it's pretty much, I'll show you. But either way, it was a lot of pieces. I paid him for his time today. He wanted to get a new phone, so I told him I would hire him at $10 an hour and he would hustle to get the dishes done with me, because it would be the perfect time for me to be able to get all that stuff cleaned. Otherwise, it would have set me back like 2 to 3 days trying to do it all by myself. And we just hustled through it. I'll show you what 589 pieces looks like. So here it goes. All of these are washed and cleaned. These are the standard size lids. There's a lot of them. Then there's this stack of the wide mouth lids. We have a few standard and wide mouth rings. Now there are a lot of rings in that basket in a plastic bag to keep all of the dust and stuff out, to keep them clean. There's a lot in there. And then every single one of the bottles have been cleaned. I was gonna store them with the mouth down, but considering the fact that this cabinet door stays shut, unless I'm showing you, we really don't need to do that because it's closed and nothing's gonna get in there. I did do some vacuum sealing today. A lot of these items have been kind of crowding up a space in my house, and I've been waiting to get this done. We did also put our meat up there that we pressure canned. Here's more empty jars, and then more empty jars. They go from back to front. So all of these things are clean. You can see they are all clean, ready to grab and go after pairing them with their lids. It was a mission today that I was so excited to do. I've been waiting for this for a very long time. And then, yes, I did take my branded cardboard boxes and unglue them and flip them inside out so that all the branding information is on the inside. But I still have the boxes and they're all just regular cardboard because these are the best things to transport these jars into whenever we're washing them, cleaning them, moving them, and doing all that. They just hold up very well in those boxes, but I couldn't stand looking at the labels. So that's where we're at. I've decided to go ahead and paint and burn this little island. And we are gonna put the wheels on. The hubby had to work late today, so unfortunately we didn't get to get that done. I have some recycle and trash stuff here. And then I have I have a running list of chicken scratch thoughts that came out of my head. Things to get for this area that I realized I needed. I need a clipboard for product information, nutrition labels, and things like that. I need an apron, a chair for whenever I want to take a break or sit down and do something, because whenever I do anything, it's like I'm in it all day. I need permanent markers. I got some masking tape today for labeling. I need some hooks and a trash can and simple stuff like that. Just things that I found out that I needed while I was in this area. So like, I don't even know where I'm at, what day this is in any vlog. I am just recording bits and bits and bits and bits and bits, and I'm just going to put them together to complete out a few days, probably about 35-minute videos, just to kind of keep you guys up to date on what's going on with us. My baking area is clean. It is completely clean. Everything's out of it. I am so excited, so happy, because all of the packages that needed to get dry canned or vacuum sealed are done. I'm so excited. The kitchen is clean now. All that's left is the eBay station. But as of tomorrow, I have to start my friend's backdrop, so that might get put on the back burner. We shall see. I will start it early tomorrow morning and just see where it goes. Good morning. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing today. I have gone through the deep freezer and pulled out the next few batches of things that I want to get canned. All of it's going to thaw at different rates, so I figured I would just pull out a somewhat variety of things. So one, I can kind of have just running these bones to make a bone broth. Then we have several chickens or roosters in these bags that I took out of the deep freezer, and I'm hoping I could get these cooked and consolidated into maybe 3 jars. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 8 is what I'm seeing. So I would say about 4 jars probably. That's what I have as far as the next batch of things to get canned. Then I brought down a few things to go ahead and tackle the needs on my little list that I was talking to you guys about yesterday. It's a few things that I realized I needed while I was down here, so I'm going to go ahead and start trying to put those in place.
like a rule about people who have $2. Like a 2 for 2 is like a half a shot.
Oh, thank God.
No, it's not.
Take $5. Hey guys, good morning. It is Sunday morning and we are about to head over to our neighbor's house. She has a bunch of tomatoes that she can't get through because she says she's made enough salsa and she wants something else done with them. So I told her, I was like, hey, I'll go pick them up and I can make us some pasta sauce or some tomato sauce. So that's what we're gonna go do. I don't know how much she has, but I'm excited because I actually have 6 bags of Romas sitting here just kind of ripening, and that's what I'm gonna be using for mine. So I'm excited to see how much she has, to see how much we can actually make. So yeah, we're gonna grab our coffee. I got my coffee, black, and we're gonna head out. That's because I didn't use any pectin or gelatin. It's just sugar and strawberries.
One next to it. Then we had tomatoes all up and down the driveway.
Oh, is that where they were?
Yeah, and we had tomatoes on that bed out there. Wow.
They're beautiful.
They are.
When that sun hits them, they look so good.
That's some tomatoes
Grab
right
this
there.
one. We just left our friend's house and we decided to go ahead and pick up or go get some more jars because there's a lot of tomatoes, and I have 6 bags of tomatoes at the house right now that also are going to go into this batch, and the hubby wants some of the tomato juice from processing the tomato sauce. So that's what we're going to go get more jars for because it's going to take up a lot. We have jelly jars right now, which I think might be good for the tomato juice, so he could just grab one off the shelf and drink it. And then the pints might be the best for some of the tomato sauce, because I know I use 2 jars of tomato sauce whenever I make dinner for the family, because we eat a lot in our house. So I'm thinking between pints and quarts would be the good variety of sizes that we would use for the actual sauce. So we're gonna head over to the Walmart out in Sealy, see if we can find some jars because it ain't easy. We went to go get jars. We got the jars. We were going home and the hubby wanted to stop in a Tractor Supply. So we stopped in a Tractor Supply. Then we're gonna come home and the truck doesn't start. So we spent what felt like forever and a day outside in this 100-degree plus weather, and it sucked. And now I feel drained, and it sucks. So yeah. Oh, and now, like, the whole day has gone by. It's after 4, and so the whole morning is gone. So now, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm just going to blanch the tomatoes, peel them, probably slice them, and let them drain overnight. I don't know. We'll see. I got jars. That was exciting. They had 1 case. Or no. No, they had several cases. They had 6 cases of the half-gallon, the big ones, jars that I use for dry foods. So that was exciting. That's twice in a row I've gone and they had them. And we picked up some more pints because that's what I feel like tomato sauce would be really good in. And yeah, so I'll see what I do next. Maybe take a nap. So it's been a mission. We have all of the tomatoes peeled and a lot of them went into the roaster, but we still have a massive bowl that couldn't fit. So tomorrow it's gonna be a whole other batch, but they look good. I'm excited. It's after 12 or after midnight. I'm about to go take a shower, and then we're keeping it at a high temperature right now, but we will let it sit in its own heat overnight. We don't want to leave it on, and then start it back up in the morning. But I'll show you what it all looks like. So here's the tomatoes that didn't fit. We're kind of just letting them sit here and get this water. This is like the tomato juice, but we're just gonna drain it because we're not trying to deal with tomato juice right now. We don't know what to do with it, and we really wouldn't drink a lot of it. And then the tomato skins are gonna go to the chickens. I wanted to dehydrate them, but I think I'm gonna try it another time. I wanna keep my focus on the tomato sauce. And then we have this big pile of not cherry tomatoes, but they're fairly small. See, like that. And then there's some that are a little bigger, but those are gonna go canned as whole tomatoes for stews and other recipes that need whole tomatoes. And then we have the roaster going, building up that heat to cook down this sauce. It needs to go down about halfway to be a nice thick sauce. And that's it for now. I guess we'll just leave it at that, and I'll check back in with you guys tomorrow morning whenever I get it started again. Good morning. So before the hubby starts jamming, I wanted to just give you a quick update. So it's the next morning. We have squeezed the water, or the hubby squeezed the water out of the second batch of tomatoes. And I came and I turned on our pots of tomatoes that are already working. So those will cook down a lot more because they had a lot more water content. These had a lot less, so it's gonna take less time. Obviously, we should have just done that from Jump Street, but we didn't. Anyway, hubby's gonna feed those to the chickens. Those are gonna get peeled, and then the hubby has, or I have some more over there in that basket right there, and the hubby's gonna make salsa. So we're doing all of that today. guys, so I wanted to show you what the tomato sauce and the habanero salsa looks like on the actual shelf. Okay, here is what we have so far. I'm doing actually several things today, and I'm uber excited because it helps clear out so much space in the freezer, which means I can make room for meat and actual things that I need that I can't store on these shelves in jars, like bread and meat. So out of that massive batch of tomatoes that we got from our neighbor and her hubby, we got 24 jars of tomato sauce. We have 2 jars of whole tomatoes. That I thought would be great for stews. And then we got 4 jars of habanero salsa, which came out amazing. The hubby did awesome with that salsa. And I am just an absolute love. Like, my purpose has been renewed. There are many things that I put my hands into, but this feels different. This feels very different. I feel like there's so much knowledge to be had. Your hands love doing the work, and then the visualization of everything afterward, it's like, it's so rewarding. So I'll just run you through this little station real quick, even though you've seen it a million times at this point. But this is what I'm doing, this is what we're talking about, and this is what I'm enjoying in life. So there have been a few changes as I've actually been learning how to go through the processes and what I need, how easy I need it to be to access, and all of that good stuff. It's not much of a change, but I am loving it. One thing I did incorporate was a used lids container, which is just a larger plastic container. You can fit a ton of these flat plates in there. My Christmas kettle, I call that my Polar Express because it sounds like a train. Then I have the stand for my canning book, and we got an immersion blender, so I keep the accessories up there now as well. It's just a really awesome process that I'm oh so excited to be able to dabble in and learn from. Anyway, let me show you what I'm doing today. I took out some meat that we're gonna have for dinner. It's pork chops, nice thick cut pork chops. We're gonna have these pork chops with some garden fresh corn that I got from my neighbor because she gave me the corn cobs that I'm gonna turn in honey today. But she also gave us some corn to enjoy with our dinner, so that's what we're gonna have. Then I have a basket here of frozen veggies. I'm gonna try to can these to get them out of the freezer because they don't set well in there. They kind of make other stuff fall out or slide out because they, I don't know, like they stay bulky and chunky in some pieces and create like this slide. So it's just very frustrating, and I figured why not, since I'm already gonna be doing the frozen corn, might as well just do whatever's in there. I got some glass jars out for the corn cob jelly, and that's it. Today's chore day. The boys are gonna be doing chores, and I'm going to be doing all the things in the kitchen. So here's the bag of corn cobs that she gave me. We're going to boil these down, add some sweetener and some pectin, and get those going. I'm gonna have to boil those. I have 14 cups of beans. I put it on at 1 a.m. last night. They are soaking up all this water. I had to add more because whenever the hubby got up in the morning, he's like, hey babe, you got no water. So I added more. She also gave us some cream peas. She said that she cooks these up with onions and butter and bacon. Yum, that sounds delicious. So we are gonna put these in the freezer, and I'm going to use those in the next dinner, but this is for corn that we are gonna be having today. So excited. All right guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you where we're at so far. I have let this water boil for a very long time. I wanted to make sure to extract all that I could from the corn, and all of these are hot. I just pulled them and strained the water into the pot with the cheesecloth and the actual strainer. I'm gonna I'm going to throw these into the freezer to freeze them a little and chill them off so that when we throw them out to the chickens, they can cool off because they're extremely angry that it's so hot outside, and this will be a great frozen treat for them, kind of like a corn popsicle, and I think they will love that. And so now I'm gonna take this off and get started on the fun stuff, which is going to be to add the Sure-Jell or the pectin and the sugar and all of that and get it closer to being time to can. So what I do need to do though is clean out this pot, and I think I'm gonna give them the rest of this water as well, maybe pop some ice into it or something. Anyway, I'm gonna give that to the chickens, clean the pot so that whenever we're done processing all of this, our pot will be clean.